Hello, everybody. Once again, it's Sean Taylor, and I do this because I believe artists should be able to control their own destiny. So today, I'm going over the shrewd genius of Lil B, how to keep a brand alive. Particularly, I'm doing Lil B because I mentioned him as a strong inspiration for Lil Yachty in an earlier video on Lil Yachty. So today, let's go ahead and get into it. I know there's a lot of people in terms of Lil B, they wonder why am I even maybe doing a video of him. A lot of people kind of think he sucks, whatever, but hopefully by the end of this video you'll really understand why he's such a genius, a shrewd genius at that, at marketing. This is kind of the beginning of getting into that stuff.
This is the shoe, the famous shoe. And you're keeping those shoes on until you get what?
My first $1 million. So once you see me in some different shoes, you know I got it.
All right, so number one, the shoes that you were wearing, that he was wearing, if you couldn't tell, are Vans. And those are the shoes that he blew up on the song called Got My Vans On, but they look like sneakers. So he's already showing this brand consistency and authenticity because he's wearing shoes that he's already promoting. But he's saying he's going to wear this exact same pair of shoes until he gets a meal, right? So two things that does. One, he's openly saying, I'm always going to wear this. That kind of makes an interesting thing about him, right? There's that guy, that rapper who always wears the exact same pair of shoes, but he latches on with this second layer of until I get $1 million, meaning people are going to kind of watch them, even if they don't care about him. They're going to be curious to if he's still wearing those sneakers. Is he not? Has he made that first meal yet? Because for some reason, whatever reason, people like to stay in people's business. But he's creating just this extra small little story around himself, and he's doing it well with one simple device, which is a basic symbol. And now we're going to switch it up before we get into that second just a portion of why he's so strong, because this really leads to one of his most powerful traits.
How'd you get your shit poppin', man? Same way you do, bro. Just keep putting videos. I kept putting out material and really just respecting. It all started from one person that respected me. You feel me? Because I was so appreciative of just having like one supporter. You feel me? Like somebody that liked me. You know, just years of not stopping, bro. Like I never stopped working since I started rapping.
So Lil B is talking about this one supporter that he was doing it for, being very appreciative and continuing to do that. He is doing it for the fans. He understands his niche and his target. He's one of the most honed in artists when it comes to understanding who he's talking to, his fan base, and you'll see later in this video why it's allowed him to get a very strong relationship with his fans and how it makes his fan base more powerful and more fanatical than most other artists' fan base who even have more commercial attention. So first, let's look at this song right here.
See me in the club, I'm a grown man. If you see me at a party, then it must be crack. Cost $36, all black. Gas, like my make slap, and we get close. Like coke rice, cause my van.
Alright, so if you don't recognize that song, that's that song I referred to earlier. Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers. Why is this important that I play this song? Well, if you know his current songs and everything he's kind of really known for these days, there's nothing like this song, right? You see, he kind of actually had a little bit of a flow. People say he's whack and he raps off beat, but you now see that he could rap on beat if he wants to. He could make it sound decent if he wants to, but that has nothing to do with his fan base. He knows how to deliver, package, and speak to his particular fan base, and he gives a fuck less about anybody else. And that's what's so powerful and why his messaging is so strong. See what I'm saying? Watch this video.
That's my core value. My core value system while I'm rapping is to be positive, to get people together, and to have safe environments. My core foundation of why I do this is for peace, love, for people to stop judging each other. You know what I mean? For people to just get together, man, show that love.
So why am I showing this video? Because this is him talking about himself, his core values, love, being yourself, positivity. And unlike so many artists, he's able to get his fans to perceive the exact perception of him that he wants to communicate, because he says it consistently and he has a strong communication direct line to his fan base. Watch this clip. It's a little long, but watch all of it, just having his fans talk about him.
I love Lil B because Lil B loves you being yourself.
I like that he's not afraid to just say whatever he feels without any
Restraint.
yeah, no restraint.
I met him at Buku last year. It was like the height of my life.
He's positivity personified.
I think positive energy is contagious, and I think if you are a really positive person, you can inflect that energy on other people.
Positivity, love, being yourself. Those are literally the exact same things he said about himself, and his fans said that exact same thing about him too, right? He can control the perception of him to his fans to almost a cult-like manner. It's pretty crazy, but when you have that strong of a bond and do stuff specifically for your fans, don't really care about whoever else, then you're able to generate and create that image and make a very strong image that people relate with. Another thing about his image, right? You see this black chick, you see this white chick. He's very consistent. This is his website right now. And you see, okay, yeah, he has two girls. That's one thing messaging. They're different races. That's one thing messaging. But even if you look at this animation, so to speak, I hang out with a lot of artists. I'm like visual artists. This animation kind of sucks if you want to, be frank, right? But that's kind of consistent with Lil B's brand too, right? He has a lot of money at this point. He could make some dope ass graphics. But his animation here, it sucks. His videos, the way they're even shot, they kind of look like the first time somebody shot a video even today, right? His flow, that you saw that he could rap on beat if he wanted to, but he's known for kind of rapping off beat and sounding like just whatever. That's his brand, and he uses it to his power. He does it purposely. He's kind of trolling the whole world in a way. But that's Lil B. Right? And then you can do stuff like this. He wrote a book at 19, and what stuff like this does, because it was all pretty daggone positive, is surprise people. When you can surprise people, then you have kind of a lot of power because you can take people off guard. And this comes from what I call unique pairing. I'm not going to go over it too much here, but it's just the ability to really hold these contradictory traits, and it makes people more magnetic, or it makes people run away from them. So you have people really hate you or really love you, very little in between. In terms of Lil B, some of his unique pairings, two traits that seem contradictory, he can be super positive, as you heard, but he also has songs about things like armed robbery that can be perceived as negative. 1,000 Bitches is a song of his, and that's super heterosexual, but he wears women's clothes a lot of times, right? And then his music can be called pretty ignorant, but he's well spoken and seems very well thought out in his interviews. And that kind of stuff right there results in stuff like this, right? You look at Spoken Reasons calling Lil B all-time wackest rapper, but look at these likes and dislikes. It's almost literally half and half, right? People, they hate him or they love him, point blank. Now, this isn't for the faint of heart because a lot of people and artists love people to like them. But for the people who can stand this, it becomes very powerful. And I'll go over something like that in a later video. And now let's get to that X factor of what makes Lil B the X factor in his marketing genius, which is the bass god curse.
The whack rapper, hashtag the bass god curse on Durant. KD still under curse?
Oh yeah, KD's curse is active. He's still cursed until he plays me in the game of
NLN Shows.
Right? No, you see those women's clothes as I referred to earlier in that brand. But why is that important? Why is the bass god curse so potent? Because look, consider the fact that he's talking about Kevin Durant, and this man is now on ESPN. What does a rapper belong on ESPN for? You don't really see too many rappers on ESPN. They've included more throughout the recent years, but throughout the history, it's usually only the top rappers, Lil Wayne, and you don't really see too many random celebrities on ESPN at all. But he's gotten himself into a conversation he doesn't belong in. Most of these people don't even necessarily know his music. Lil B could use this bass god curse weapon, talk about Obama, and all of a sudden get into these politics and get into these other conversations he doesn't necessarily belong in, but it's his power because he uses it. He has such a following and gathering to hear about this curse. It just brings more attention, which is marketing 101. You can't grow your brand and awareness without something too much crazier than that. Now, you can even see, last but not least, he's even using this bass god curse on Kevin Durant did well. He did this wax on, wax off, Confucius say type thing by using him doing good and congratulating him to his own power, right? It's kind of this old wherever the water flows, use it to your advantage, and either way it goes, he still wins. He's flipping everything that happens to win, and that's part of his marketing genius. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Lil B. A lot of his marketing genius. I can go into deeper things, but just subscribe if you like to see some more of these things and some more different tactics and strategies from other people that you think would be able to help you from. Will be able to help you. But last but not least, I kind of can't leave and talk about this bass guy cursing Kevin Durant without ending on this song right here because it's crazy. Alright, hold up. This is the best part right here, though. Look at this. Look at this. Alright. He sucks, bro. He sucks. Alright, bro. Alright, quit.